Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode was quite an episode, where we pretty much found out about Fox's past, at least in this particular instance. We also learned a little bit about, damn it, I'm already blanking on his name, but he was wounded and now appears to have vanished. We need to go find him. Hopefully he's just outside. He's not here either. But where could he have gone? And why did he go? Maybe he thought you would be okay and he went back to Fort Ivalice. At any rate, that's probably the best place to start. Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco! But why are your partners here waiting for you? Draco begins to speak for the group. Hey, Fox. Funny thing meeting you like this. Thing is, we were sent from Ivalice to check on how the raid had went. We thought you'd have returned by then. We saw the dervish climbing up the mountain, though. He looked, well, less confident than we expected, considering that he was still alive. We thought he had lost, especially considering how injured he was. Still, he told us that the raid was a success and the Nephils had been dispatched. He said that we would find you here, but that we should let you rest, so that's what we did. Let's get back to Fort Ivalice now, okay? Interesting. Still wondering why he ran off like that. But let's head back to the fort. Oh, good lord. There is nobody guarding the gate to greet you. Instead, you are greeted by the smell of blood and copious amounts of it. The fort was attacked. Were there any survivors? But more importantly, is anyone here still alive? Friends? Foes? Malachi! Did he know about this? Maybe he did, and maybe that's why he let you sleep later. Maybe he spared your life. He could have said goodbye, but... No, you'd have followed for sure. Maybe he's still okay. He's a fierce warrior. He has the potential, if anyone does, of defeating the menace here. You hear the sounds of combat. It's faint and in the distance, but you can hear it. Malachi, this may be your chance to save him. They were all slaughtered. They didn't stand a chance. What a sorrow. Still, you don't see Malachi's corpse amongst them. He might still be alive. But there seems to be only 10 corpses here, despite there being 12 soldiers. If Malachi is still alive, then who else? No matter. To the combat first. Maxwell, you never had anything to be guilty of. You served Malachi finely indeed. Whatever cowardice you had shown has certainly been redeemed. Lloyd, what drove you to be so violent? Did you die happy, or merely enraged? What was floating in your perturbed mind? Ivy, everyone here, they are all better for your service. Your presence, it inspired them. Be proud. Janet, you were a generous soul. Everyone here died with a mite of contentedness from your efforts. Hunter, you had problems too, didn't you? For someone who talked about the problems of others, it must have been difficult for you too. Are you happy now, Hunter? Isabel, the wound, it goes through your arms before piercing your chest. Did you take this blow knowingly? Did you take it for her? Acacia, who is this that stands in front of you? There's a wound through her chest. Are you surprised? Are you happy? You can hear the sounds of swords slashing more distinctly now. It's in the southeast. The fighting is most definitely coming from the forge to the east. They're battling behind these curtains. Be prepared. It's time to try. It's time to puff out your chest and be your finest. This is the final fight. Malachi! Fox! Why? Teaming up on me? Guys! Take that! That was rough. Fortunately, he didn't hit any of your vitals. No, Fox! Finally! The dervish is no more. As for you, you will come with me. I will show you how to kill my master and take revenge on Chica. Wait, Zenbu! Zenbu, seemingly effortlessly, wipes out the wall behind you. He's strong, a fearsome foe, who's getting away. Come. Malachi, he's practically a cadaver, but he is not yet entirely dead.
No, not yet. Please, friend, come to my side.
The dervish is still barely grasping onto life. He is absolutely covered in blood, most of it his own. His bones are broken in multiple places, and he has a look of regret. Are you okay?
That's a pretty stupid question to ask.
Oh, wait, no. It's a pretty stupid question to ask. The man is lying with open wounds, spewing out as much blood as he has left.
No, not really. But thank you for coming. I was afraid. Really afraid. But not anymore.
What were you afraid of?
Dying alone. Dying without friends. I was scared of fighting him, and that's why. I'm sorry I managed to get you hurt like that. Got pretty smushed as well, huh?
He manages to chuckle, but large clots of blood are beginning to crawl like leeches down his face as he produces them. Why didn't you tell me you'd be here?
It was a challenge of honor. He wanted to fight me alone. You didn't have to come. I didn't want to have to die for my sake.
He coughs up a great deal of blood. He's beginning to get pale. I'd have come after you regardless. He smiles as best as he's able. With the blood pooling in his mouth, though, it's a rather cruel parody of happiness.
Thank you, friend. Back then, when we held hands in sorrow, were you put at ease?
He is clinging on to life rather vehemently. Has he not prepared himself to pass on yet? I was. Malachi, thank you.
I will no longer see my friends.
He twitches a bit to and fro, but no longer has the energy to move his limbs. The pain is likely excruciating.
Please, hold my hand as I go.
Hold his hand.
Goodbye, son of Aaron. And thanks, friend.
His eyes let loose their grip and glaze over. The blood that is not yet dried in his mouth flows back to his lungs now that his breathing has stopped. His grip becomes tighter as the blood is lost on him. He is dead. Dervish Malachi is dead. That's it. It's over, isn't it? The fort has been ransacked, all of its soldiers have been killed. Whatever defensive benefit Ivalice once had is now gone. All that's left is the walls, and those can only help the Nephils when they man them. Kalzas would want to hear about this. Some of the people in that city might be able to order new troops into this rapidly worsening situation. But there were only 10 corpses lying on the ground where Zenbu attacked. With Malachi, that only makes 11 corpses. There were 12 soldiers here. Maybe the last one fled. Maybe not. Who knows? Regardless, one thing is for certain. Whatever chance you stood before deciding to help Malachi, it is now drastically reduced. Finishing this will be drastically more difficult than before, perhaps suicidal. Leaving the remains there. We will hunt through this place. I have a feeling I know where he's going to be. We're going to need to head into the mines, almost certainly. And that's what we will do. But first we'll check throughout the rest of this place. Nobody in here. It's as empty as they come. Nobody in here. It's as empty as they come. Same thing, empty. Also empty. Let's take a look around the outside. I doubt it, but who knows? It's possible he's hiding just outside the fort. Was Zenbu the only one who came? Why aren't there other Nephil here? You'd think there would be. I mean, they'd come and take the fort, but now that I think about it, There aren't even any other Nephil bodies. Senbu slaughtered all 12 of them on his own. Nothing in here. Nothing in here. Can't get in there. He said he had the key on him. Malachi's key. This key will be able to open that. Overriding gate controls. There is a platform here, but rather than having anything placed on it, it has 3 large and clearly labeled switches. The switches don't stay in place and can be used to open or close the gates. Which switches you press depends on what you want to do. Nothing, never mind. We could use this to open or close the gates. Why didn't he close them? We need to open the gates. We can't get in. Alright. Open the gates. Open some gates. Which gates? Mining gates. It's a good thing I checked there. You turn the corner to find a very surprised soldier grasping his sword desperately. It takes you a moment to recognize him, but sure enough, it's Anthony. What? You... Fox? What are you and your friends doing here? Never mind that. What shape is the fort in? Come on, man, talk to me. I need to know. He may not be pleased, but you should at least speak with him. In a moment. Talk to Anthony first. Okay, then. Anthony is gripping his sword nervously. He's covered in large flecks of blood, but none of it appears to be his own. You would expect him to be afraid, but he is actually somewhat conflicted. You... What happened? Tell me, please! Well, okay, he is somewhat frustrated, but nobody can fault him on that count. Malachi's just died. His head droops. I know. I heard him and that vile cat thing battling before. I thought that the dervish would live, but... No, that was naive of me. I saw everyone else being killed. Janet was bleeding profusely, but was still on her feet. Casey was paralyzed with fear. Gregor was still holding an axe. Everyone else had already died. The next thing I knew, metal claws were aimed toward my throat. A quick feint to the side allowed me to escape unfazed, and the giant beast was distracted by the others for long enough to allow me to escape. The others were so brave, but they died. All of them died, and for naught. Tell me, was I wrong to flee? I'm sorry, but you should have stayed. I know. I was a coward. My life was not worth abandoning my friends, my family. I want to be forgiven, but I know that it cannot be. It cannot. I've damned myself, haven't I? What are you going to do now, Anthony? I cannot stay here. Actually, I've been considering what I could do. You see, I am good at sneaking around, which explains why I'm the only one the feline claws missed striking. Also, in case you didn't know, my reconnaissance allowed for your raid on their war party. All this gave me an idea. What's your splendid idea? Well, it's not easy, but I could sneak through the occupied mines around the guards there. That itself would be a task, but I'm up to it. I know some conveniently placed switches and levers that will make my life a lot easier. Then I could sneak through the rockiest impasses leading towards the Nephil fortress. I have a copy of that building's layout, and there are some places where there are weak walls, hidden passages. My idea is to find whoever is responsible for commanding the Nephil armies, and to kill that individual in its sleep. I'd likely be killed, but I would finally be able to exact justice and vengeance. Would you be interested in joining me? You're insane! But sure. He smiles broadly. Thanks. No, really. Thanks. The mines are down these stairs. I assume if you got here that you have Malachi's key. If you do, if so, then let's go down to the mines. Wonderful. We'll do just that. We'll do it right now. Anthony turns to you and begins whispering. Now listen, we have to be incredibly careful here. This place isn't very crowded, but there's a large and very powerful group of Nephilim sitting in the main gallery here. I'd suggest avoiding them. Fortunately, I know some secret passages here, including the locations of some of the blasting material. I have a plan that just might work. Since this cave doesn't conduct sound from above very well, they're probably unawares of what went on above. This is good, since we'll be able to open up the gates down here without their being ready. Still, it's imperative that they not see us. They won't be looking for us, but if we're found, then I trust you realize that it will be curtains. Let's go. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Pull the lever. We need some light. Your light is instantly snuffed out. Oh, great, so we're not going to be able to see anything. Psst! Hey! We're getting real close to them now. You can almost see the flickering lights of their campfire. Now you're going to have to be incredibly careful from here on out. Speak only in whispers. We aren't exposed visibly, but we are exposed audibly. Keep your voice down whenever possible because of this, alright? And do not take out your swords. We're not here for combat. Also, do not cast any spells of any size, shape, or sort. They will hear it and will attack immediately when and if they do. I will warn you when we are getting too close by putting a palm on your back. When I do that, stop. Do not continue. If I'm right and you proceed past that point, we will likely be attacked. Do you understand? Yeah. Psst, we're back in the danger zone, so act accordingly. Psst, we don't seem to be out of their hearing we seem to be out of their hearing range again. Don't goof off, but it's okay if you want to take a deep breath and relax. Looks like this is just a small room. Back in the danger zone, so act accordingly. Suddenly, in the darkness, you stumble upon some stalagmites. Anthony leans up to you. Psst. We can't clear this way without drawing too much attention. Maybe if we can sneak by them by hugging the edge of the gallery, though. Remember, a palm on your back means trouble. Okay, we made it around that edge. This is kind of tense. Okay, that was a dead end. Anthony lightly grasps your shoulder and points west. Psst, over there. Blasting caps. Side passage. He is especially difficult to hear due to the proximity of the Nephilim, and thereby the intensity of his voice. Suddenly you feel a palm on your back. It's Anthony's. Stop. Side passage to the west. He must mean here. This wall's a secret passage. Inside there's a lever. Crack it. There it is. Anthony pulls out a key from his pocket. This is the key that will allow you to pull the lever and set off the explosives at the end of the corridor we walked out of. They should be able to give us a quick route of escape. Let me know if I should set them off. Not yet. Anthony puts the key in the locking mechanism and flips the switch. Was he even listening to you? Probably not. Everybody in the cave had to have heard that. Fortunately, you're fine. Unfortunately, the Nephils in the gallery were also likely not harmed. Running would be a very good idea right now. Anthony agrees, which is why in the chaos of the explosion he managed to get out before you. You should follow him. Finally, this is it, the end of the line. Anthony said he would be waiting here. Time to put in one last piece of effort and make it to him. Whoa! Hey, I see you made it. Good going. Oh, so it was Anthony who closed those walls behind you. Guess what? We can relax now. I've just sealed the Nephils in the mines. There's a secret passage that leads to the locking mechanism on their side, but they won't be able to open it without a key like mine. So take a deep breath. We just got through the easiest part. What's the next part of your plan? Glad you asked. See, I used to be in charge of reconnaissance, so I know how well guarded the jagged, rocky terrain we're going to have to go through is. It's almost ironclad tough to sneak through their checkpoint, but there's a pathway that the Nephils don't patrol that I am mostly sure will lead us to the rear of their fortress. You know, behind the majority of their soldiers. So are you ready? Yeah. Alright. Pull the lever, and we can head out. And you know what? I'm going to end this episode here. A little short, perhaps. But we're about to start some more stuff, and I don't want you know how I am with things. That was tense and very interesting. A lot of sneaking and stuff like that, but we managed to make through it. I like that. Alright. Next episode, we'll make our way further to try and deal with, at the very least, the leader of the Nephil here. Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.